So, did you ever want to know where the cinnamon bun came from? Like, who made it? Where in God's merciful wrath did it come from? Why do we see it in the occasional dying mall? To understand the gooey filled, warm embrace that is the cinnamon bun that is not as well seen and or consumed as its hollow donut counterpart, we need to go all the way back to see where things went wrong. The cinnamon bun was created in the 18th century, made by the Dutch and the German, originally called Schnecken, and was originally filled with nuts, fruits, and honey, and compared to today's variants. The cinnamon roll was introduced in 20th century, the exact same way America was introduced to everything else. Immigration! During the 1890s to 1930s, the cinnamon roll was the run-of-the-mill breakfast choice by these people during this time, and was the equivalent to pancakes to locals, or as Europeans call us, lardasses, known as Americans. The word for Schnecken is German for snail shell, because snails are shaped like cinnamon rolls. The Swedish love anything sweet. Chocolate, sugar, K-pop, you get the picture. They love cinnamon rolls as much as fat men love donuts. However, back in the day, the 1920s more specifically, they couldn't get their fix. Why? Well, a little tiny thing happened. World War I. And all the goods, such as sugar, butter, and other baking goods, were being shipped out from the civilians to the soldiers that definitely didn't need them on the front lines. After the war, the Swedish people would have less money going to the war, and the people could now spend their money on stuff and things they wanted, and spend they did. People made cinnamon buns like there were no tomorrow, to a point on October 2nd, 1999, Keith Gustung, head of the Home Baking Council, declared it Cinnamon Bun Day. Okay, now enough about Sweden loving getting fat with sugary spiced up dough. How about the current life of the cinnamon bun? How many cinnamon buns does Cinnabon, the corporate giant of Cinnabon, make globally? Now, Cinnabon roughly sells a billion rolls yearly in their 1,200 stores. Now, if this is true, why don't we see cinnamon buns as much as donuts? And to that I say, shelf life. It's a lot easier to keep donuts fresh and fluffy and wonderful looking than it is to keep cinnamon buns. Cinnamon buns are high maintenance. Donuts, you make one, you pop it on the table, it look good as it did 3 hours ago. You put a cinnamon bun on the table, give it 5 minutes, it's starting to look all old and cold and grumbly. So, what did we learn today? That if you put enough sugar and spice into a pile of fatty dough, pretty much everyone will love you, but at a cost. Thank you, and thank you for listening.